been a while since I've been able to film. I just wanted to stop and say hi. We had a bit of a crazy spring break with the girls home. My mom came up from Southeast Alaska and we kind of overhauled, did some spring cleaning. It's the girls' birthday tomorrow, so they usually before their birthday we take the time to go through and clean out some of the house and get rid of toys they don't use anymore, get rid of clothes they don't use anymore, things like that, and then makes room for the new toys they get for their birthday. um, it was kind of funny. My wife and I were both a little worried that we didn't have any enough kind of gifts for them. Yeah, no, they have way too many, just from us. So, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I will have 8-year-old triplets as of tomorrow. It's kind of crazy. I am not gray. I have gray here and a little on the chest, but not up here, and I haven't gone bald. So I feel like that's an accomplishment. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit of what I've been working on. I know that's, the kind of my normal. It's kind of fun to talk to. I've been going on Fridays. I've been going to a knitting night at a local art lounge, is what it's called, and it's a lot of fun actually. We've got there's people that have been knitting and crocheting, of course, but then there's people that are doing like embroidery. There was a gal like making jewelry. There's people doing felting and wet felting. Someone brought in some spinning equipment. Someone brought in a loom and was weaving. So it's kind of cool. It's really kind of exciting. And then there are some folks there that attend on Fridays that are in the Master Hand Knitter program. So it's kind of nice to be able to talk to them and ask questions. But I won't be going tomorrow because tomorrow is the girl's birthday. So we'll have that. And we have the yearly daddy-daughter dance, which is thrown on by a church here. And they look forward to it every year. So, but I wanted to kind of show, I think I went over this last video, but I knit up another one of my sample hats and kind of recorded the decrease. But this is in Juniper Moon Moonshine, which I bought a ton of this a while back for a project. And I did end up using all of it, I had enough left over to do a hat. And it's so beautiful. Like, look at that color. I don't know if it'll work where you can actually see. And then like the crown decrease, like it's so cool looking. I'll cover my face, hopefully you'll be able to see. And Juniper Moon is a worsted weight, Juniper Moon Moonshine, sorry, is a worsted weight, and it's woolen spun. So it's like, this is so squishy. It's so soft and luscious. And I think, if I remember, I did the double start cast on, if I remember correctly, which I like because it's kind of a fun cast on to do. It frames stitches really kind of in a neat manner. Next, and this one I'm closer to being done, I unraveled that the back panel to my cardigan and started over. And I didn't, like, the challenge was I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. Like, I knew I wanted a sweater for myself, but I didn't really know kind of what I wanted specifically, or I didn't have a pattern that I specifically wanted. And I saw a call for a test knit by gryffknits, and he's a male designer, and I kind of looked over and I was like, that's something that I could do and would have fun with. And he has a bunch of other patterns that I'm now gonna have to knit, but it's just kind of it's a basic pullover. It has this kind of quilted top, and then there's the shoulders have a little bit of the quilting down, and then it just is a basic shoulder from there. So I am doing the button band right now. It's a double knit button band, and then after that you Kitchener this. I'll do the buttonholes. And then I got to do the sleeves, which it's due by the end of the month, which I'll get done. I'm taking tomorrow off, and we have the weekend, so it'll be fine. But yeah, this is in Kelburn's woolen, which is, I had a bunch of this, and I think I have like 3 or 4 more skeins. So I might take it back to like if I have too much extra, I might take it back to my local yarn store and just say, I want to buy something else. And she's been pretty nice about that. So yeah. And then it was funny because I had it in a smaller bag for a while. And then officially had to use my massive tote bag, which in Seward, Alaska, there is this lovely little bookstore that also sells yarn. So it's a pleasant little place. And then this I haven't gotten far on. I did the neck for it. Good Lord. Okay. Sorry. I'm getting everything tangled up. Come on. There. Yes. There's too many things. This is, it's literally just the neck or the collar of the Gibb sweater by Andrea Mowry. She has her March to May knit along, and I've been wanting to do the Gibb for a while. So I did that, and it's a pretty fun knit, you know. This is in Ella Rae Classic Wool. I have a lot of this. It's such a nice staple. It's kind of like a lot of folks use, you know, Cascade 220. It's a workhorse, so I like that. But yeah, random needle. This doesn't actually go to there, but we'll put it back. I think it was one I was using to do a pickup. The other fun thing, so one of the gals at the Knit Night told me that our local yarn store has the Gu quads, which is, it's a squared needle. I don't know if you can see it, but it is so cool. Like, these are so comfortable to work with. And one of the things, I'm a loose knitter, and everyone always says, oh, you need to use, you know, you have to drop needle sizes, or you can use wooden needles. I have some bamboo Gus that I can put on these, and I just don't like it. Like, it has too much of a drag for me. I have double point Knit Picks Pros that are pretty smooth. They have a nicer polish. But this, I feel like it gives me the speed, but it also has helped me tighten up a little bit. So I think just because there's a flat end to grip. But yeah, so it's going to be a short episode, not much exciting happening other than those couple projects. And I'm sure I'll be posting about them on Instagram here shortly once I'm done. And I'm have to be done with the gray sweater by the end of the month, and then I have until March till May to do the Gibb, which I'm sure I'll do. And if I have time, I'm hoping to get this sweater done in April, and then maybe in May I'll do one of her shawls. But I kind of like more textured knitting than color work. I've done quite a bit of color work, but I've noticed over the period, I don't know, I like the texture. I like knit purl texture, but I also like a little bit of the twisted stitches. Like, you know, this is a really easy cable crossing. I've done really complicated cables, and I like them, but you have to pay attention so much. So I like those. I'm in a place, and I think it's just because of my work. Right now, I'm having to kind of do a little bit of programming in terms of building some portals and submission stuff, or some databases for submissions, and that's not my job. Like, that's not what I do for a living. But there's an item or an event happening at the end of the summer, or end of the year, that I have to prepare for, and I need to have a system in place. And so it's taking a lot of my mental fatigue, and my cognitive load is really low when I get home. I just am kind of in survival mode of, I just got to feed the kids, I got to eat and do the laundry, get bath done, and it's time to go to bed. So when I do knit, I want something easy, I want something simple. But you can only knit the same hat and the same vanilla socks so many times. So I appreciate this because you know, they're textured, they're fun texture, so, and they're not overly complicated. It's not like a 26 row repeat, you know, it's a 4-row repeat or an 8-row repeat, and it's kind of nice. So, but I will say goodbye, and I hope that everyone is having a wonderful end of March and that your April is amazing. Talk to you later. Bye.